just another shadow, walking through the mist. Waking up again, wishing I was still asleep. Secrets that I keep, buried 6 feet deep. Mirror looking back, but I don't recognize her face. Stuck inside a rat race, moving at a snail's pace. Sipping on a potion, yeah, I'm feeling kinda numb. Waiting for the end, but it never seems to come. Demons on my shoulder, whispering the devil's lies. Looking at the world through a pair of hollow eyes. Money doesn't matter when your soul is turning black. Got a knife inside my back and I can't attack. Burning all the bridges, yeah, I watch the fire rise. Severing the ties, listening to silent cries.
Ashes on the pavement, washing in the rain. Nothing but the sorrow, nothing but the pain. Ashes on the pavement, blowing in the wind. Tell me where I'm going, tell me where I've been.
Switch the flow, let it go, paranoid and low. Running from the reaper, but I'm moving too slow. Click, clap, fade to black, heart attack vibe. Lost inside the jungle, yeah, I lost my whole tribe. Pop a seal, can I feel, is it really real? Making deals with the darkness, trying to heal. I'm a product of the gutter, raised in the slime. Committing every crime, running out of time. Graveyard shift, watching spirits start to dance. Never had a chance, stuck in a trance. Smoking on the haze till my lungs collapse. Running laps in my head, caught in the traps.
Drag me under, let me drown. No way up, just way down. Ashes on the pavement, washing in the rain. Nothing but the sorrow, nothing but the pain. Ashes on the pavement, blowing in the wind. Tell me where I'm going, tell me where I've been. Ashes on the pavement. Ashes on the pavement.
Game over.
Check when the water, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up, 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 up.
Something in the water, pull it up. Standing by the river, watching bodies float on by. Asking for forgiveness, but I know I'm gonna lie. Sipping on the muddy, yeah, I'm mixing up the potion. Drowning in the sorrow of a deep and dark ocean. Shadows in the trees, yeah, they watching me decay. Waiting for the sun to set, I hate the fucking day. Hollow in the chest, got a hole inside the soul. Digging in the dirt, yeah, I'm losing all control. Mirror on the wall, it's shattered, blood is on the glass. Watching all the minutes and the hours slowly pass. Nobody to call, yeah, I'm severing the line. Running out of luck and I'm running out of time.
Looking for a ghost, toasting to the demons that I hate the most. Dragging the lake, pull me underneath. Grinding on the gold, yeah, grinding on the teeth.
Switch, twitch, glitch, bury me inside a ditch. Life is just a game, yeah, life is just a bitch. Click, clap, boom, bap, bap, caught inside the trap. Running laps around the mental map. Yeah. Paranoid, annoyed, living in the void. Every single happiness is getting null and void. I'm a savage, I'm a waste, I'm a product of the gloom. Sitting in the corner of a dark and empty room. Pop another seal, make it real, make it feel. Spinning on the rim of the jagged rusty steel. Ash to ash, dust to dust, iron in the rust. In the bottom of the bottle is the only trust.
Sink down low, let it go. Cold as ice, pay the price. Dragging the lake, looking for a ghost, toasting to the demons that I hate the most. Dragging the lake, pull me underneath, grinding on the
and void. I'm a savage, I'm a waste, I'm a slab up on the rack. Fade into the gray and I am fading to the black. Pop another seal, make it real, make it feel. Spinning on the rim of the jagged rusty steel. Ash to ash, dust to dust, iron in the rust. In the butcher and the cleaver is the only trust.
Cut deep, go to sleep. Cold cuts, no guts.
Meat hook steel in the flesh, caught inside the middle of the heavy metal mesh. Meat hook waiting for the slice. Gamble with the devil and I pay the heavy price.
Every totally broken on my show kid. Yeah. Or the name, put the date, put the date, put the date.
Walking through the garden of the broken and the dead. Voices of the buried, yeah, they messing with their head. Reading all the names upon the mossy granite block. Waiting for the ticking of the universal clock. Sipping on the muddy, pouring some up on the ground. Respect for the lost and the never ever found. Shadows stretching long, yeah, the sun is going down. King of the cemetery, wearing up the crown. Hollow in the chest, yeah, I'm feeling like a ghost. Toasting to the memories I hate the fucking most. Silence is the heavy blanket covering the yard. Life is kinda fragile, death is fucking hard. Tombstone heavy on the chest, put the weary body to the everlasting rest. Tombstone gray against the sky. Everybody born, yeah, everybody die. Click, clack, fade to black, never coming back. Panic in the system, yeah, the heart attack. Switch the blade, getting paid, living in the shade. Digging up the grave with the rusty little spade. Paranoid, annoyed, chemically destroyed. Every single happiness is getting null and void. I'm a savage, I'm a waste, I'm a product of the gloom. Sitting in the corner of a dark and empty room. Pop another seal, make it real, make it feel. Spinning on the rim of the jagged rusty steel. Ash to ash, dust to dust, iron in the rust. In the heavy granite is the only trust.
R.I.P. set me free. Bury me in story.
Tombstone heavy on the chest, put the weary body to the everlasting rest. Tombstone gray against the sky. Everybody born, yeah, everybody die. Digging deep, sleep tight. Waking up the silence in a house that feel like hell. Looking through the mirror, broke the curse but not the spell. Pop a couple blessings just to make the demons fade. Living in the shadow of the choices that I made. Walking through the mist, yeah, I'm ghosting on the town. King of the abyss, wearing thorns upon my crown. Sipping on the muddy water, drowning out the noise. Playing with my life like it's one of broken toys. Everybody asking where I've been and what I've done. Staring at the barrel of a loaded smoking gun. Cold wind blowing, yeah, it chilled me to the bone. Sitting on the throne, but I'm sitting all alone. Digging my own grave,
Blood inside the eyes, washing down the drain. Click, clack, boom, bap, trapped in the map. Running from the Reaper caught inside the trap. Paranoid visions, making bad decisions. Cutting off the ties with the surgical incisions. I'm a product of the fall, writing on the wall. Waiting for the end, waiting for the call.
Ashes to the wind, dust to the floor. Knocking on the heavens, but they locked door.
Fade to black. Don't look back. Buried alive. Trying to survive.
Digging my own grave, yeah, I'm digging it deep. Secrets that I promise you, the secrets that I keep. Digging my own grave, put the body in the sack. Once I cross the line, yeah, there ain't no coming back. Rest in peace. Nightfall creeping on my shoulders as I move. Heavy silence in my chest, I let the darkness set the mood. Every shadow that I pass been staring back like they're my crew. If the void gon' call my name, I answer calm like, who are you? Like, better than go for you, beat the flow, make it dripping from the rain, it never stops. Thoughts heavy like a lineup with 1,000 crooked cops. Hear the whispers in the alleys when my heart beats and it drops. I've been walking with my demons, guess we share the same blocks. City feel hollow when the moon high. Pain in my soul like a deep tide. Trust ain't real, it's a cheap lie. So I keep to myself with a cold mind. Every scar echo when the wind bite. Every sin linger when the streets quiet. Life taught pain like a fist fight. Learn to stay numb just to live right. Learn to stay numb just to live right. Nightfall creeping on my shoulders as I move. Heavy silence in my chest, I let the darkness set the mood. Every shadow that I pass been staring back like they're my crew. If the void gon' call my name, I answer calm like, who are you? Walk slow, cold feet on the cracked stone. Mind wrong, hear ghosts on the back road. Every step shake dust from my black soul. World trying to break me, but I stay bold. Fear try to bite, but I bite back. Life hit hard, but I don't crack. Pain in my veins like a wolf pack. Howl at the night when the sky black. No trust, every promise got a bad end. No peace, every calm got a sharp bend. If the dark gon' take me as a lost friend, I walk in even deeper and I don't bend. Hear the cold wind hiss, feel the void insist. If I fade like this, let the night persist. Nightfall creeping on my shoulders as I move. Heavy silence in my chest, I let the darkness set the mood. Every shadow that I pass been staring back like they're my crew. If the void gon' call my name, I answer calm like, who are you? I walk too steady for a man to test. Calm in my tone, but I speak direct. You step in my way, I take that as disrespect. One short move and your whole crew check.
Heavy in my stance like a shut steel door. Talk real low, but it cut to the core. You puff your chest, but you not built for war. I see your bluff, I'm a mile or more. Cold smoke rise when I breathe at night. I don't lose frame when the fear ignite. Hands don't twitch when you talk about fight. You strike with noise, I strike with sight. Face don't shift when you raise that tone. Pressure don't faze me, I stand like stone. Say what you want, but the truth well known. I walk too real, you walk alone. You walk alone, walk alone. I walk too steady for a man to test. Calm in my tone, but I speak direct. You step in my way, I take that as disrespect. One short move and your whole crew check. I walk too steady for a man to test. Calm in my tone, but I speak direct. You step in my way, I take that as disrespect. One short move and your whole crew check. Black coat drag on the crack cement. Lines on my face say what I meant. You tried too hard with your loud intent, but nothing you start ever leave a dent. Slow heartbeat in a quiet street. You try step up but retreat on repeat. Real ones know when a man's too elite. My silence alone knock you off your feet. Chill in my chest like a frostbite cold. Every long step put me in that mode. You look too light in my heavy load. I stand firm, that's the street I roll. Street I roll, street I roll, street I roll. Calm in my tone, but I speak direct. You step in my way, I take that as disrespect. One short move and your whole crew check. Check, check, check. Hey, your whole crew check. Hey, your whole crew check. Check, check, check.
Iron Maiden. Yeah. Close the door, give me a hug.
Stepping in the closet with the spikes up on the wall. Waiting for the darkness and the silence to befall. Metal teeth are sharp, yeah, they hungry for the juice. Tying up the body, yeah, there isn't any loose. Sipping on the muddy, waiting for the final squeeze. Begging to the devil, yeah, I'm down upon the knees. Mirror in the eyes, yeah, reflecting all the pain. Washing all the sins away with bloody heavy rain. Hollow in the gut, yeah, the points are touching skin. Paying for the losing, cause I'm never gonna win. Silence is the puncture, yeah, the air is escaping. Body is a landscape that the iron is reshaping.
Iron Maiden, hugging me so tight. Listen to the darkness of the everlasting night. Iron Maiden, never let me go. Bleeding on the metal, yeah, bleeding on the floor.
Click, clack, spike attack, spine gonna crack. Vision turning red, yeah, vision turning black. Switch the lock, stop the clock, mental block. Lying in the bottom of the heavy metal box. Paranoid, annoyed, chemically destroyed. Every single happiness is getting null and void. I'm a savage, I'm a waste, I'm a prisoner of steel. Testing if the agony is actually real. Pop another seal, make it real, make it feel. Spinning on the rim of the jagged rusty wheel. Ash to ash, dust to dust, iron in the rust. In the torture chamber is the only trust.
Close it shut. Is the gut. Drip, drop. Never stop. Iron Maiden, hugging me so tight. Listen to the darkness of the everlasting night. Iron Maiden, never let me go. Bleeding on the metal, yeah, bleeding on the floor. Embrace.
I feel the pressure in my face, let it erupt. Metal in my bloodstream, mind corrupt. Voices in the static tell me rise up. Breaking through the system I stay heavy like a hammer when the bassline bursts, breaking every limit like the planet reverse. Pulse go red when the chaos emerge. Channel every demon that the world disperse. Cyber core burn through the back of my mind. Fracture reality, glitch in design. Every little fear I consume, refine. Turning raw rage into fuel of mine.
Tear down everything you built in your head. Grind it to dust, leave the whole world dead. System failure, system failure.
I feel the pressure in my veins, let it it's all in my bloodstream, mind tore up. Voices in the static tell me rise up.
Breaking through the system like a deadly lockup.
Chrome bones rattle when the beat engage. Circuit in my pulse like a digital rage. Breakthrough steel with a mental gauge. I'm the main glitch in your program page. Ritual scars in the code I speak. Bass hit heavy like a war technique. Eyes go white when the force peak. Every other threat that you make too weak.
Fractured soul with a voltage strike. Sparks in my chest when the drums ignite. Turn that fear into raw birthright. Unleash chaos when the world unites.
Break!
Corruption rising.
I feel the pressure in my veins, let it up. Mental in my bloodstream, mind corrupt. Voices in the static tell me rise up.
Breaking through the system like a deadly lockup.
Yeah. Listen to them scratch. They never sleep. Locked inside the mental, yeah, I threw away the key. Looking in the mirror at the enemy, it's me. Walls are closing in, I feel the plastic start to crack. Devil on my shoulder and he's never turning back. Sipping on the potion just to make the voices fade. Digging in the dirt with a rusty little spade. Every single breath is feeling heavy like a stone. Disconnect the phone, yeah, I'd rather be alone. Shadows in the corner, yeah, they watching how I move. Nothing left to prove, got nothing left to lose. Walking through the fire, but I'm freezing in the cold. Sold my heavy soul for a bag of fool's gold. Rats in the walls, yeah, they scratching at the brain. Driving me insane, yeah, driving me insane. Rats in the walls, yeah, I'm scurry in the dark. Leaving a mark, yeah, leaving a mark. Click, clack, boom, tomb sealed in the room. Flowers on the grave, but they never gonna bloom. Paranoid visions, making bad decisions. Cutting through the static with the surgical precisions. I'm a ghost, I'm a glitch, I'm a son of a witch. Face down in the ditch. Life is just a bitch, switch the flow, let it go. Watching time slow, reaping what I sow, reaping what I sow. Graveyard shift, watching spirits start to rise. Looking for the truth inside a pack of dirty lies. Ash on the floor, kicking down the door. Don't want it anymore, no, I don't want it anymore.
Get out of my net. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. Wishing I was dead. Enough said.
Passing the walls, yeah, they scratching at the brain. Driving me insane, yeah, driving me insane. Passing
through the cracks in my head. Static drown out everything I said. Hollow thoughts circle painted in red. I don't fear death, I fear what I bred. Black hole hum somewhere under my skin. Every dark truth echo deep within. Mind split sharp like a serrated sin. Nothing feel real but the noise and the spin. Cold glitch rise like a ghost in my brain. Patterns collapse then reform again. Silence hit harder than the heaviest pain. Living in loops I can never explain. White fog crawl in the back of my sight. Pulse turn thin in the absence of light. Thoughts mutate when the tension ignite. I breathe in fear, exhaled in the night. Dead to bleed through the cracks in my head. Static drown out everything I said. Hollow thoughts circle painted in red. I don't fear death, I feel what I bred. Dead to bleed through the cracks in my head. Static drown out everything I said. Hollow thoughts circle painted in red. I don't fear death, I feel what I bred. Dim wise twist through the depth of my chest. Old memories rock where the shadows nest. Chaos speak loud when my mind unrest. Truth turn toxic, never confess. Dark post flicker like a broken sign. World been wrong when I cross the line. Identity glitched and refused to align. I exist halfway, undefined by design. Burnt thoughts drift like a dead right. Heavy is the calm in the core of the spike. Nothing in the dark ever feel right. Still I stay steady, feeding on the night. Dead to bleed through the cracks in my head. Static drown out everything I said. Hollow thoughts circle painted in red. I don't fear death, I feel what I bred. Blackened skies I walk, hear the whispers of the damned. Shadows gather at my feet like they obey a silent command. Rooms ignite beneath my steps, I feel the pull of ancient hands. If the void reveals its will, I follow where it stands. Cursed wind humming like a choir in a dead shrine. Hear the rustle of the bones buried deep inside the dark pine. Every echo in the night align perfectly with my spine. Like the world trying to tell me that the stars no longer shine. Old glyphs glare faint when the moon rises crooked. Air tastes metallic like a prophecy, I overlook it. I walk slow through the mist where the curse once stood. For the dark pressed down like it's swallowing a good. Oath marks glow dim on the stones in my pathway. Shapes move steady in the haze when the rest wait. Night so loud I can hear what the past say. Standing in the threshold where the world's halfway. Under blackened skies I walk, hear the whispers of the damned. Shadows gather at my feet, they obey a silent command. Rooms ignite beneath my steps, I feel the pull of ancient hands. If the void reveals its will, I follow where it stands. Dark chants rise from the cracks in the old stone. Feel a cold grip, trace circles on my bare bones. See the silhouettes wash when I stand alone. Hear the ground breathe slow with a deep tone. Fire flicker blue in the night shift. Hear a distant horn, I'm in a tight drift. Fog hard, breathe like it trying to give a slight gift. Like a lamp's back, heavy with a dark lift. Symbols pulse red when the path bends. World feel thin where the lights in. If the abyss call out, I don't pretend. I step in calm, I don't break, I transcend. Let the rooms away.
gonna shake if the void parted. I enter unafraid. Under black skies I'll walk, hear the whispers of the damned. Shadows gather at my feet like they obey a silent command. Rooms ignite beneath my steps, I feel the pull of ancient hands. If the void reveal its will, I follow where it stands.
Yeah. Falling apart, piece by piece.
Waking up rusty in the bed of nails. Listen to the wind, yeah, it screams and it wails. Hollow in the chest, got a lock on the door. Staring at the stain on the dirty wooden floor. Sipping on the poison, letting time dilate. Served a cold plate of a bitter taste and hate. Mirror showing cracks, yeah, the image is distorted. Every single mission is getting aborted. Walking through the junkyard, looking for a soul. Paid the heavy price, yeah, I paid the heavy toll. Shadows in the mist, yeah, they grabbing at my feet. Dead end sign on a lonely one-way street.
Rust and bone, leave me alone. Sitting on the broken and the crumbling throne. Rust and bone, buried in the stone. Disconnect the line on the telephone.
Click, clack, fade to black, never coming back. Running from the demons in the panic attack. Switch the blade, getting paid. Living in the shade. Digging up the grave with a rusted spade. Paranoid, annoyed, chemically destroyed. Every single happiness is null and void. I'm a savage, I'm a waste, I'm a product of the sin. Shedding off the layers of the rotten skin. Pop another seal, make it real, make it feel. Spinning on the rim of the jagged steel. Ash to ash, dust to dust. Iron in the rust, and the bottom of the bottle is the only trust.
Decay, fade away, turn to gray, end of day.
Rust and bone, leave me alone. Sitting on the broken and the crumbling throne. Rust and bone, buried in the stone. Disconnect the line on the telephone. Obsolete.
Fade away, turn to gray, end of day. Turn to gray, end of day.
I'm a fucking man. These are fucking people sucking. These are fucking people sucking. These are fucking people sucking.
Yeah. Clear. No pulse. Staring at the ceiling with the bright fluorescent light. Fading into nothing in the middle of the night. Needle in the arm, you pump the poison in the vein. Numbing all the terror and erasing all the pain. Doctors standing around me shaking heavy little heads. Counting up the bodies in the cold and metal beds. Sipping on the muddy, yeah, the blood is turning thick. Life is just a candle and I'm burning down the wick. Hollow in the chest, yeah, the rhythm start to skip. Tightening the fingers on the pistol grip. Silence is the loud, yeah, the beeping getting slow. Time to pack the bags, yeah, it's time for me to go.
Red line running across the screen. End of the nightmare, end of the dream. Red line, straight and heavy line. Running out of luck, yeah, running out of time.
Click, clack, cardiac, panic attack. Vision turning white, yeah.
Chalk outline.
It just started to move.
Flashbulbs popping, yeah, lighting up the street. Cold rain falling on the rubber of the feet. Crowd is gathering, staring at the court. Never gonna hustle, never gonna score. Sipping on the final breath, tasting all the rust. Ashes to ashes, in the dust into the dust. Mirror in the puddle, showing what I have become. Beating of the heart is just a fading little drum. Hollow in the center, yeah, the bullet found a mark. Drifting on the river into deep and heavy dark. Silence is the siren singing me a lullaby. Looking at the city and the weeping of the sky.
Chalk outline.
Drawing on the stone, leaving the body and the spirit all alone.
Chalk outline.
White upon the black, fading to the memory, never coming back.
Waiting to the memory, never coming back.
Click, clack, faded black, heart attack, panic in the system, yeah, the vision going slack. Switch the blade, getting paid, living in the shade. Digging up the grave with a rusty little spade. Paranoid, annoyed, chemically destroyed. Every single happiness is getting null and void. I'm a savage, I'm a waste, I'm a statistic on the sheet. Bleeding out the sorrow on the dirty concrete. Pop another seal, make it real, make it feel. Spinning on the rim of the jagged rusty steel. Ash to ash, dust to dust, iron in the rust. In the heaven locker is the only trust.
Why should rain come down? Erase the trace lost in town.
Chalk outline, drawing on the stone, leaving the body and the spirit all alone.
Chalk outline.
White upon the black, fading to the memory, never coming back.
Case closed.
Yeah. Case closed.
Shut down quick when the code runs thin. Mind glitch out, but I don't give in. Break my form just to shed my skin. If I fall once, I restart again. I restart again. Cold blow hits when the gears misalign. Rust in my lungs like a factory sign. Thoughts turn red when I cross that line. Every dark impulse now redesign. Metal scrape loud in a hollow room. I bloom in the dark like a wide out bloom. Burn my sanity out with a quiet boom. I feed off chaos like I'm built for doom. No cold breath when the cycle reset. I don't want peace, I ain't learned that yet. Fear don't hit when the nerves offset. I cut my limits like a dead chipset. Shut down quick when the code runs thin. Mind glitch out, but I don't give in. Break my form just to shed my skin. If I fall once, I restart again. I restart again. I restart. Static in my spine, make my hands twitch fast. Never been safe, never built to last. You run from the truth, but I face it cast. Turn my whole past into broken glass. Circuit in my skull, start to leak raw noise. I don't feel joy, I destroy false boys. Pull apart masks that the world employs. I was born in the void with the glitch bomb boys. Pressure in my bones when the dark compress. stress. I tear through fear like a system stress. You try keep up but you can't process. I break each thought till there's nothing to address. Shut down quick when the code runs thin. Mind glitch out but I don't give in. Break my form just to shed my skin. If I fall once I restart again. I restart again. I restart again.
Tone drop, cold room go numb. Fake tough talk, but you sound real dumb. One sharp line and your pulse go plumb. I don't say much, but you know where I'm from. Tone drop, cold room go numb. Fake tough talk, but you sound real dumb. One sharp line and your pulse go plumb. I don't say much, but you know where I'm from. Ring cut deep like a razor truth. Yo, weak threads break quick, never bulletproof. Line locked tight, no shake, no proof. I speak once, whole vibe go aloof. Black thoughts hum low like a furnace pit. You act wild, but you won't commit. Fear drips slow when my words transmit. I drop small bars, but they always hit.
Calm hate sits in a quiet tone. Your pride too thin, never built full grown. You push loud lies, but you cover blown. I stay unread, mind sharp as stone.
Low tone drop, whole room go numb. Fake tough talk, but you sound real dumb. One sharp line and your pulse go plumb. I don't say much, but you know where I'm from.
Kick it low, dip my dog, bro. Kick it low, dip my dog, bro.
Gray red pulse slow in a tight frame. Yo, squad foe fast, never built for the flame. Small words kill big, that's the whole game. I don't chase hype, pipe die with your name. Rust voice cut air like a dull knife glide. Your fear show quick, nothing left to hide. Truth stay raw, hit the core inside. You drop pride first and collapse outside.
Deep calm choke noise when my tone lands.
Yo, weak flex drown in the fear you planned. I don't raise heat, just raise my command. One cold phrase and you can't withstand.
Low, 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 low.
Shaping what I can't translate. Thoughts fall inward under subtle weight. Truth unravels slow in a glitch-born state. I walk through shadows I recreate. Cold pulse flick through a narrow seam. Fragments mutate in a half-formed dream. Logic dissolve when the circuits stream. I chase a ghost in a dead team. Thin breaths war when the static rise. Doubt burn quiet in the coded guise. Meaning collapse on the vacant skies. I see the dark through a borrowed lens. Dead math hum in a fragile spine. Patterns just though when the fears align. True folding where the edges combine. I drown in thoughts that were never mine. Faint noise shaping what I can't translate. Thoughts fall inward under subtle weight. Truth unravels slow in a glitch-born state. I walk through shadows I recreate. Gray tone shift in the mental fray. Old echoes drag what I push away. Static in bed with a doubts array. I stand in silence the only way. Wise vibrate through a hollow chest. Dreams degrade when the systems test. Nothing remain or what felt blessed. Just quiet pressure I can't suppress. Black light bloom in a fractured face. Steps feel wrong in a looping maze. In a collapse growing hidden ways. I breathe the void, let it appraise. Faint noise shaping what I can't translate. Thoughts fall inward under subtle weight. Truth unravels slow in a glitch-born state. I walk through shadows I recreate. venom in the code. Pressure in my mind, I'm about to overload. Run another cycle just to keep me in control. Break another limit, I don't do what I'm told. Static in my chest, let it rise, let it burn. Thoughts spin fast, every second take a turn. I've been walking with a shadow that I never could discern. And the fire in my stomach make the whole world churn. Feel in my bones when the gears twist tight. Mind locked in, I don't need no light. I erase every doubt when I step in the fight. If I lose one day, then I die that night. Sharp teeth grin when the coke corrupt. I've been hiding every weakness just to self-disrupt. Every trick in your game is a file I dumped. Every fear that I have been already slumped. I feel it in my veins like a venom in the cold. Pressure in my mind, I'm about to overload. Run another cycle just to keep me in control. Break another limit, I don't do what I'm told. Hear the glitch in my voice when the wires misfire. I don't chase dreams, I devour desire. Try to slow me down, get caught in a tire. Everything you build gets set on fire. Binary posts in my shattered brain. Every broken thought form a metal chain. Dragging through the dirt just to feel no pain. Turn another screw till I split the frame. Hollow in the chest but the will too loud. Static in the air when I face the crowd. I was born in the dark and I stand on bold. If I fall this time I don't hit the ground. I feel it in my veins like a venom in the cold. Pressure in my mind, I'm about to overload. Run another cycle just to keep me in control. Break another limit, I don't do what I'm told. Cold steps echo through the night. I move with heavy breath. Shadows linger on my back like they've been waiting for my rest. Every corner feel alive, every silence feel possessed. If the darkness want my mind, let it put me to the glow.
Black smoke girl from the cracks in my thoughts. Heartbeat slow like it's tied up in knots. Walking in the rain till my feet is alright. Every drop hit the ground like a gunshot. Mind been drifting in the deep end. Pain in my voice when I speak then. Trust no soul, everyone pretend. Only shadows stay real when the nights bend. Seen too much for a clean slate. Walk too long with a mean fake. If the cold world looking up the front gate, I'll break through slow with a dead weight.
Cold steps echo through the night. I move with heavy breath. Shadows linger on my back like they've been waiting for my rest. Every corner feel alive, every silence feel possessed. If the darkness want my mind, let it put me to the test. Eyes low, city glow, feel distant. Thoughts race, every fear stay persistent. Life cold, every day feels twisted. Walk hard, every scar stay listed. Dark clouds follow where I tread next. Past echo loud like a vortex. Every wrong turn got a raw hex. Now I carve my path out of complex. If the night pull close, I don't flinch. Stand firm even when the pain pinch. World wanna shove, but I move an inch. I've been made from the parts of the dark rents. I've been made from the parts of the dark rents. I've been made from the parts of the dark rents.
Let the frost burn on my skin. Let the dark seep deeper within. If the weight call out where I've been, I return with a half-dead grin.
Cold steps echo through the night. I move with heavy breath. Shadows linger on my back like they've been waiting for my rest. Every corner feel alive, every silence feel possessed. If the darkness want my mind, let it put me to the test. Baseline thunder when I step outside. Weight in my voice make the weak divide. Face stay calm but the fear worldwide. Cross my path and you won't survive. Baseline thunder when I step outside. Weight in my voice make the weak divide. Face stay calm but the fear worldwide. Cross my path and you won't survive. Iron in my tone whenever I get tense. I don't show rage, real power is dense. Eyes cut deep like a razor fence. One slow move making you past tense. Dark cold drag in the cold night air. I don't chase threats, they vanish mid-stare. Calm in my breath but the aura rare. You feel my presence like a silent flare. Deep voice echo through a concrete line. I don't need friends, I need my spot. Every fake step that you ever plot, break in half when the baseline drop. Baseline thunder when I step outside. Weight in my voice make the weak divide. Face stay calm but the fear worldwide. Cross my path and you won't survive.
Baseline thunder when I step outside. Weight in my voice make the weak divide. Face stay calm but the fear worldwide. Cross my path and you won't survive. Baseline thunder when I step outside. Weight in my voice make the weak divide. Face stay calm but the fear worldwide. Cross my path and you won't survive.
Footsteps heavy like a storm untold. Never lose frame when the nights get cold. I don't need shine, I prefer the mode. Pressure in my stance worth more than gold. Street born calm in a violent realm. I don't need noise, I'm already helm. One sharp look make a whole crew overwhelm. Power in my pulse, I don't overwhelm. 808 growl like a beast unleashed. Sound hit deep, spine get creased. Everything quiet when the tension increased. I walk slow motion like a war piece. Baseline thunder when I step outside. Weight in my voice make the weak divide. Face stay calm but the fear worldwide. Cross my path and you won't survive. Hey, hey, hey. Suspended from the ceiling in the freezing cold. Story of the violence is a story getting told. Metal in the shoulder, yeah, it's piercing through the skin. Paying for the losing cause I never gonna win. Sipping on the muddy, yeah, I'm waiting for the drop. Heart is pumping heavy but it's never gonna stop. Shadows on the tiles, yeah, the blood is running red. Voices of the cattle, yeah, they messing with the head. Hollow in the gut, yeah, they gutted out the fear. End of the road, yeah, the end is getting near. Silence is a swaying of the body on the chain. Washing all the struggle and the misery and pain.
Meat hook, steel in the flesh. Caught inside the middle of the heavy metal mesh. Meat hook, waiting for the slice. Gamble with the devil and I pay the heavy price.
Click, clack, swinging back, panic attack. Vision turning red, yeah, vision turning black. Switch to play, getting paid. Living in the shade, digging up the grave with a rusted little spade. Paranoid, out of noise, chemically destroyed. Every single happiness is getting null and void. I'm a savage, I'm a waste, I'm a slab up on the rack. Fade into the gray and I am fading to the black. Pop another seal, make it real, make it feel. Spinning on the rim of the jagged rusty steel. Ash to ash, dust to dust, iron in the rust. In the butcher and the cleaver is the only trust.
Cut deep, go to sleep. Cold cuts, no guts.
Meat hook, steel in the flesh. Caught inside the middle of the heavy metal mesh.